8 things that are hurting AEW.
Crown Wrestling. Subscribe. Number 1.
Music selection. Okay, so music selection is very important with anything. You got movies, cartoons, you name it. List goes on. And it's very important for wrestling as well. If AEW can do better with choosing the right music, I think they're going to get a better response. They come out to a lot of songs that are already popular songs, 80s, early 90s. It's not the era. That's not the issue. The fact of the matter is, I think that they need to have something creative, something that's strictly made for the wrestlers specifically. We see that a lot in WWE, especially the early 90s, the early 2000s. We have a lot of original soundtracks specifically made for the wrestler. So this is one thing that AEW needs to adjust in order for them to succeed.
Number 2.
Sound quality. I'm listening to a lot of these wrestlers come out on AEW and I can't hear the music. I mean, it's like you going to a concert and you don't hear anything. It's very bad, or the sound is just terrible. The music has to be fed in order for us to hear it at home. We're not hearing the good quality. It sounds very bad. You take a company that's up and coming like Women of Wrestling. They understand that concept. They know what to do. The music is fed in. When you put it in on the headphones, you can hear. When you look at the live events from home, you can hear the music clearly. WWE understands this. AEW don't. So this is another thing that AEW needs to adjust in order for them to succeed.
Number 3.
Character development is extremely important. Without it, you don't really have a wrestling company. And I'm not really seeing enough of that in AEW. Vince McMahon understood that. If anything, we could give him that. You look at guys like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Taker, Bret Hart. These guys had original gimmicks. And that's what blew the company up. So I think that AEW needs to do something like that. I think a great idea for them would be to hire somebody that's in the comic book realm. And when you get those kind of guys, they understand character development. So I think that they can probably bring that in to make some adjustments. That's what AEW needs to do in order for them to succeed.
Number 4.
Storyline. Storyline is very important. In the old times of wrestling, pretty much didn't have a story. They just beat them up. That's what it was all about. Next week, I'm gonna fight you. Week after that, fight you. But there's no real depth. That's where the WWF had came in. You know, they changed the game on that. You really don't want to see a program. They really don't have a story when it comes down to wrestling. Everybody wants to see a story. That's why soap operas still live on. People are fascinated by a story. And I think the AEW needs to bring more of that. And once they do that, that's going to make great adjustments. It's going to make great changes, and you're going to do better.
Number 5.
Lighting. AEW looks very dark. I think that they need to bring in a little bit more light because people like bright things. Certain characters, they require a certain dark tone, and that's cool. We can do that. But as far as the arena is concerned, they need to lighten it up a little bit more. People are excited by things that has a lot of light to it and a lot of color to it. One thing about NXT, when Triple H was just taking over the whole thing, when he was doing it, it was way darker. When Vince came in, he changed it, made it much lighter, and the ratings changed. It increased. So this is something that I think that AEW really needs to work on. Fix those lights, do something, make it bright, make it look good, where people could really focus in and be excited about seeing it.
Number 6.
Cut the records out. Eliminate those records. I mean, what is it doing? This guy, he got 15 wins and no losses. Okay, you know, it's not like a boxing match. It's not like the NBA, football, things like that. It's not like that. I just think that they don't need it. To me, it just takes away from the mystique of it. Guy, he got 100 losses, but next year he's undefeated. Cut it out. cut it out. It just really don't look good. The records is no need for it, so just take it out.
Number 7.
Commentary is extremely essential. You gotta have good commentary. But one thing about Taz, he was never really a commentator. He was always a wrestler. So I just think that that's really not his field. I think that they shouldn't put him there. Tony Schiavone, the other guy, I think is Excalibur or something like that. I think that they need to make some adjustments. Tony Schiavone have been doing this for years. And I really used to love to hear him on WCW. But he's a lot older now. And we understand that. That's just the way it is. As I'm saying this, I'm not saying get rid of all these guys completely. There's always something for them to do within the company. So never do that. But I believe that they need to bring some guys that are more energetic, that's young, fresh, show the excitement. I see a lot of dead spots with these commentators. And it really just brings a drop on the wrestling that I am watching. Look out for Tony Schiavone and all the other guys that are commentating, and let them do something else within the company. They need someone else that is younger, more energetic on the commentary side.
Number 8.
Nyla Rose. I'm gonna say this right now. I am not for men fighting women, whether it's scripted, certainly something that's real. I'm totally against that. I don't care what you call yourself. Reality is reality. A man fighting a woman. People don't want to see that anyway. This is something that they need to eliminate from AEW. I think it sends a bad message, a horrible message, and it's something that AEW should not be doing. Get rid of that, and you're gonna have a better product. So these are 8 things that are hurting AEW. I need you to like, share, subscribe to Crown Wrestling News. Send in your messages. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think that there are other things hurting AEW? We've seen that they have been decreasing in viewership and ratings. That's very bad because you want your product to grow. Boom, it's exploding. That's what you want to see, but AEW has not been doing that so far. So let me know what you think. Send in your comments. Crown Wrestling.
Crown Wrestling. Subscribe.